Hi everybody, just doing a quick video on back to school and how to save money on back to school stuff. In Ontario, school starts next Tuesday, September 4th. And the best way to save money on back to school is to purchase stuff, quality stuff to begin with. For example, my daughter's backpack is still good this year, my oldest daughter. She's graduating this year. She's had the exact same backpack since grade 8. It's still as bright. It might be a little bit faded. Zippers work. And hers was a Jan Sports one. And my other daughter's backpack we got from Costco, a Roots backpack, years ago. It's also about, very loud. It's also about 4 years old. So check to save money. First, buy quality first. I also buy it on sale. So you buy it first, and then it's good for years to come. When my kids were smaller, my oldest is graduating this year. She's going into grade 12. When she was smaller, we used to get the merchandise backpacks with Ariel or princesses. Or they rarely even lasted a year. Like they rarely lasted till June, from September till June. Usually they broke around Christmas time, so she'd get a new backpack for Christmas. And so I was spending twice as much on a backpack. Now both of their backpacks I paid between $30 and $40, so they're not that cheap, but they've lasted many years. So find one that they like and has good zippers from a decent company, and hopefully you can get on those sales. Like a lot of these places like Bentley and stuff has like buy one, get one half price or 20% off. So do that. The next thing is to take an inventory at the end of the year, put all of their school supplies that they brought home, put them away, so that in August you can reevaluate and do an inventory of what is still there, what they didn't use. Because even though the list says to have 4 glue sticks and so many highlighters, sometimes they're not even touched yet. So see what's still there. You could buy extras, but always just make sure you have them inventoried so that you can just use what you already have. Same with lunch bags. Buy a good quality lunch bag so it doesn't wreck. Don't buy the licensed merchandised ones. They always crack and stuff. Get a good quality one, like the Roots ones from Costco. They're like $20, or the neoprene ones. If you can't get them new, check out your local thrift store. I have found a lot of them at like Value Village and Salvation Army for like $3 or $4, and you check the zippers and you make sure you smell them to see if they're clean. They're easily to be washed, and the zippers still work. You're paying $3 or $4 instead of $20. It's always good to have at least one backup backpack or backup lunch bag that's good quality. I apologize. There's a little bit of traffic. So that's 2 things, 3 things. Look at the list and really see what is actually needed. I know in the younger grades they always say they need all these things. Honestly, they don't. You buy them at the rock bottom prices, so check over the summertime. One store will have paper for 20 cents. One store will have duotangs for 10 cents. I always bought lots of them on sale so that year and years later on, we used them. Like literally last year, I used the paper that I bought for 10 cents or 20 cents a package for 250 sheets when they were in grade 4. They did not need that much paper because they were using their books and stuff. Now that they're in high school, they use the paper, So I still have paper from grade 4. My daughter's going into grade 12, because I bought like 10 packages of it. They never used it. And another thing to look at for saving money is knowing what you can buy at the dollar store or a Dollarama or Dollar Tree. If you could spend $1, $1.50 on it, versus spending $5 at, say, Walmart, do it. For example, pencil crayons at the Dollar Tree or Dollarama break. Their leads are broken inside. They're not good quality. But if I can find Crayola, which is good quality, at the dollar store, I will buy it at $1.50. I look for it when it's on sale. I'll buy 2 or 3, so there's at least one backup at home, so that when back to school comes along, I don't have to buy it. Another thing to do is the kids do not need back to school clothing, okay? Unless your child has a huge growth spurt over the summertime, they do not need a whole wardrobe of clothes. My kids got nothing for back to school. They have stuff, they have their outfits planned for the first day of school. Over the summer, they've acquired a few things, but they acquired those things at Salvation Army or Value Village, at thrift stores for pennies on the dollar. Like, the most expensive thing I think my daughter paid was like $7 for, I think, a sundress or something like that. And she didn't pay, we paid, but this is what the things that, that they chose. September, where we live, is usually not very cold. So if you're buying those cool outfits with the pants and the shirts or the long sleeve shirt, they're not going to be using them until October anyways, because lately we've been having a very warm September, so they're wearing shorts and t-shirts that they wore in the summertime. You don't need to buy new clothes. Make sure that you have good water bottles that won't leak, and thermoses, like the Thermos brand. You can either get them new from like places like Walmart or Staples or anything like that, or you can check out your thrift stores, because you can get them for like $1 instead of paying $10. Always have backups, because you never know if something came home and wasn't emptied right away and is gross, and so when you're planning on soup for the next morning for lunches, that it's not ready. So I always have extras, whether it's from me or my husband or for my kids, so that there's at least one for everybody, like at least one extra, but that way there's at least something to use. Another thing to look at is some of the things that's on the list are not needed right away. For example, in the younger grades, on the list is usually Kleenex or something for the community of the classroom, to help this. So everybody brings in the Kleenex. Well, if everybody brought in the Kleenex in September, the teacher would have a whole closet full of Kleenexes. What I usually do is I wait till the Kleenex is on sale at Costco or at Shoppers or anything like that, when they're like 59 cents a box or less. And I'll buy some and I'll send it in when she needs it, or like later on. Because whoever sent it in the beginning of the year will be being used those ones. Also, honestly, nobody needs to send Crayola crayons. They don't use them. When my kids were in kindergarten, grade 1, it was on the list. They don't use their own Crayola crayons. They use the school ones, and it was just a waste. I always had stuff at home in the craft bins and stuff that if they needed to do work at home to color in things, they could color. They didn't need the crayons there. They needed markers, and they needed pencil crayons, depending on the year that they were in. And I always bought Crayola because they actually lasted. The dollar store ones or Stylo ones from like Walmart or whatever the store brand ones, they only had enough ink that if you use them, that they die before Christmas. And I'd have to buy new ones anyways. But I would buy, whenever they were on sale, I would buy them on sale, buy 3 or 4 boxes of them, and keep them at home. So that if there's one, for example, my youngest daughter loved the color green. And she had really small hands, so I used to buy the Crayola Pipsqueak markers. Okay, I'd buy 3 or 4 packages. Well, she really loved the color green, that she used up her green by Christmas. Well, I had extra packets at home. I just sent her an extra green, and I bought like just replacements so that she had the extra green because she loved the color green. You save money by buying when it's on sale, and also buying quality at the first time, not cheap stuff. Now, the one exception I find is with binders, though, because no matter how expensive those binders are, or how cheap those binders are, they will break. The spines will break. Teenagers break binders. My kids do not like the zippered binders. I bought them the really nice zippered binders one year. They are in our stationery cupboard, still sitting there. I sometimes use them for my own stuff, for my recipes, for my cooking, or whatever, and I will use them because they didn't like them. So I literally just go to the dollar store, buy 4 binders that will last them the year, at least the first term. My daughter has some left over from last year that didn't die, so I just bought 4, and she can use whichever ones she wants. And she can color them, she could put duct tape on them, she could do whatever, she could demolish them and like with decorations, all she wants. But I bought the ones from Staples or Walmart, the $5, $7, $8 binders, and they still cracked on the seam where you open them. They're just not made to be open quickly or wrecked by teenagers. So buy the dollar store ones. Same with pencil cases. Buy the dollar store ones. They're cute, they're entertaining, as long as they hold their stuff. Like my daughter likes to have her markers in one and her pencils and pens in another, and highlighters, so that, because sometimes she doesn't need her markers, she just needs her pens and papers, but she wants to separate. And the dollar store pencil cases are perfectly fine. As long as you check that the zipper works, it's good. So those are my tips for saving some money for back to school. And hopefully this will help you rethink on back to school stuff, because honestly, the list that they have for the years, there's so much. If you bought every single stuff on the list, which I did when my kids were smaller, and we even bought the packages at the school that they had like a discount of if you bought, this is the grade 4 package, it was like $50 to $60 per kid, okay? And that did not include a backpack, that did not include a lunch bag, that did not include pencil case. Maybe it included a pencil case. This year, for both my kids, I spent less than $40. Actually, I think I spent less than $30. And most of that stuff was, I bought binders at the dollar store. I bought the dividers for my oldest because she wanted to divide them by chapter because she wanted to be more organized this year because it'll help her flip through it and study better. I'm like, okay, they're $1 for 8 of them. Sure, why not? We already have paper. We already have duotangs. I bought her one folder that had the pockets. That was a cute one. I think it had unicorns on it. I paid, I think, 50 cents. And I bought her some highlighters and a package of pens. All the rest of the stuff we already had at home. And the other things for back to school, I bought salad dressing, like squeezy salad dressing containers for each of us to send salads in a jar, because my kids don't like the salad dressing at the bottom of the jar and then put the salad on top. They want the salad dressing to go on top afterwards because they say it gets mushy. So I bought them salad dressing containers that they could put in their bag with the salads and can go. And that's it. My kids' backpacks were the same, lunch bags were the same, pencil cases were the same, and they've lasted at least 2, maybe 3 years. So, and I just organized as the kids' stuff came in. I just organized. They already have shelf lockers for their shelves to put in their lockers when they get to school, to separate. So you can put your boots underneath and you can put your books on top, or your backpack or your jacket or whatever. And they have a couple of, like, a mirror for their locker. Again, got that dollar store. The difference between dollar store and Walmart or anywhere else is just the price. Exact same, usually sometimes even the exact same brand too. And I got the container that they could put extra pens in with a magnet on for their locker. You could make that at home too if you really want to. Get some magnetic strips, you know? It's not that bad. So again, sorry, I apologize, but that's how you save money. It's just first buying quality, checking and getting it the best price you can, check if you can get it for used, check if you can repurpose it, even from one child to another. If they don't want to use the same one, if you have multiple children, you can kind of switch them up and get just one new backpack and change the child that gets the new backpack, not always the oldest, because you don't want to show favoritism, right? And that's about it. Back to school clothes. Check out thrift stores. As long as you know your brands, you know what the price is at the store. You can get that stuff so much cheaper, so much more. Buying quality lunch containers. I use Ziploc usually, or Gladware, or Tupperware, and mason jars for salads. Make sure they don't leak. Thermos brand for thermoses for soups. It's all good. And the Contigo water bottles or thermoses, they have a lunch bag pack at Costco usually for like $20. You get a thermos with a handle in a cup. It's about a cup and a half of liquid that can hold into it, and a small water bottle, like a child size. Now my kids are older. That water bottle is like done in one gulp, so that's only used for short term things. I usually give them the bigger one, the 1 liter. So, and that's it. Just make sure you use your money wisely, because if you don't, you're going to be spending $70, $80 per kid easily, and that's just back to school paper, binders, and everything like that. And you don't need it. So, have a great day. Bye.